Cremation over burial, a political message as much as a military strike. Israel moves to erase Yahya Sinwar from memory, while Hamas quietly rebuilds in Gaza. Tunnels intact, fighters trained, influence creeping back. Can a symbol truly be destroyed, or does power survive even in absence? In a move that echoes one of the most controversial decisions of America's war on terror, Israeli Transportation Minister Miri Regev has proposed cremating the body of slain Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, explicitly invoking the precedent set when US forces disposed of Osama bin Laden's remains at sea in 2011.
I think we should do what the Americans did with bin Laden. Some symbols should not be returned.
The proposal shows how counterterrorism has shifted from just winning battles to controlling the narrative. In long, uneven conflicts, how enemies are remembered and whether their deaths are turned into symbols can be as impactful as actual military action. According to Israeli media reports, Regev said on October 19th that in a recent meeting, the government had proposed that the body of Yahya Sinwar, the former leader of Hamas, be cremated and not returned to the group, so that it does not become a symbol of resistance. Israeli media reported that her proposal was being considered by security officials.
Given our knowledge of the Middle East, I never want to witness the burial of Sinwar.
Earlier this month, the Wall Street Journal reported that during negotiations between Israel and Hamas, brokered by the United States, Egypt and Qatar, Hamas had demanded the return of the bodies of Yahya Sinwar and his brother Muhammad Sinwar, along with the release of some longtime prisoners, but Israel rejected the request. Israel had reportedly previously moved Yahya Sinwar's body to a secret location and refused to hand it over. After US President Donald Trump announced the initial ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas on October 9th, an Israeli official told CNN,
"The bodies of the Sinwar brothers will not be part of the deal."
Yahya Sinwar, who led Hamas in the Gaza Strip during the October 7, 2023 attack, was killed on October 16, 2024 during a military operation by Israeli forces in the Tel al-Sultan neighborhood of Rafah. The Israeli Army and the Internal Security Agency announced in a joint statement,
"The leader of the Hamas terrorist organization and responsible for the October 7th massacre has been eliminated."
His brother, Muhammad Sinwar, who had taken over command of Hamas's military wing after the killing of Mohammed Daif in July 2024, was killed in an Israeli airstrike on an underground complex near the European hospital in Khan Yunis in May 2025. Israeli analysts say that Regev's proposal, although largely symbolic, reflects the political climate following the killing of senior Hamas leaders and could provoke reactions at the international level and in ongoing mediation effort. Meanwhile, an Israeli military official said that Hamas still has between 10,000 and 20,000 trained fighters remaining, after losing an estimated 20,000 during the war. The official told NBC News that Israel has destroyed up to 90% of the group's rockets and has prevented Hamas from rebuilding its heavy firepower capabilities. Major General Giora Eiland, a former head of Israel's National Security Council, told NBC that while Hamas has suffered severe losses, the group is still capable of reasserting its power in the Gaza Strip.
"It is easy for Hamas to regain power, and it is very easy for them to recruit more and more people to replace those who were killed. Although they're younger and have less military experience, there's no doubt Hamas still has a lot of capability and enough personal weapons like small arms and RPGs."
Eiland estimated that between 70% and 80% of Hamas's tunnel network in Gaza remains intact, with many of the tunnels still unknown to the IDF. However, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said that following the ceasefire, the IDF is concentrating efforts on destroying the remaining tunnel system as part of the process of disarming Hamas. Israeli forces withdrew to the Yellow Line from areas captured during the fighting. Hamas fighters have reappeared in the streets of Gaza, seeking to project a return to normal life. At the same time, according to Israeli assessments, Hamas operatives have executed suspected collaborators with Israel in public. Israel's public broadcaster Can 11 reported on October 21st that Hamas is secretly participating, with the knowledge of Arab mediators, in forming a technocratic government that will govern the Gaza Strip after the war. According to the report, Hamas selected roughly half of the members of the proposed government, appointing individuals who support the organization and its principles, even if not openly affiliated with it. The Palestinian Authority chose the other half, reportedly with a tacit understanding that Hamas would have a say in the selection process. Mediators, particularly Egypt, reportedly showed Hamas the full proposed list of cabinet members to ensure its approval. The report said the move would allow the organization to retain some degree of control over Gaza even after the war officially ends. Meanwhile, amid the threats from Israel to Hamas over the failure to return the majority of the slain hostages held in Gaza when the ceasefire began, an official in the Prime Minister's office told NBC News on October 21st that as long as Hamas keeps handing over bodies, Israel will not seek to punish the group.
I think that in the near future, we're going to see a bit more bodies being handed over. It takes time. I think that we have to understand that the finding of the bodies and all the logistics between that and bringing them over, it takes time. Israel understands that, and we're making the decision regarding how long we will wait on that fact. On one hand, we know that it takes time. We won't let it be stretched out too much. The minute that Israel will see that it's just being stretched out for no reason, I think that would be the minute that we will give up.
As Israel focuses on the return of slain hostages, the group's influence in Gaza appears far from eliminated. While losses have been heavy, experts warn that Hamas retains significant capability to regroup, recruit, and maintain control behind the scenes, complicating any long-term prospects for stability in the Strip.